So as we already know, the solution is very simple. So we need count of dot. We need count of count of dot, right? Of dot, right? We need count of double x, and what we'll be doing, we'll be finding the permutation. How we'll be finding the permutation? We'll be finding the permutation by the formula. uh, let's call the count of dot plus count of xx. So I'm just calling it dot plus xx, right? So whatever it is. So just understood it as count, right? So factorial divided by dot factorial, something like that, and into xx factorial, right? So basically, what we need here, we need just majorly this x, the count of xx and count of dot, right? So let's consider our input. We can consider the same input that is given to us. So I'll say let input is equals to dot xx, right? And I can say count of dot. Initially it is 0, right? And let count of double x, count of double x again 0. So first let's run one loop, so which is for int I equals to 0, and we'll be looping through input, and every element is input of index, right? And now we'll check if element is equals to dot, right? If this is the scenario, what we will be doing, we will be increasing the count of dot, right? Similarly, let's try to count the double x, right? So I think it will be followed by same rule. I can write the same, but I think it will get little confusing. So that is why I'm writing two loops, right? But again, you can go ahead and write whatever you want, right? So what I wanted to do here, so I wanted to check the first element, which is index element, and I also wanted to check index plus one element, right? So I can say element 1, I can say element 2. So if element 1 is equals to x, and element 2 is also equals to x, so in this scenario we can say count of xx plus 1, right? And one thing I will definitely do is, instead of increasing the index by 1, I'll be increasing the index by 2. So one index will be increased here, I'll increase 1 by myself, right? Because I don't want to repeat the things. Let's say there are 3x. So I want only the 2x, right? So third x will be on its same position always. Cool. So this will give us a count. One thing I can do, instead of going from input dot length, we can go till input dot length minus 1. And I think we'll be having the count of xx as well. And one thing I think I should change is this, right? Why this is capital, let's make it small. So now it's fine. Anything else? No. So let's try to find the permutation, and I can say let answer is equals to factorial of, so I need to write this function, I'll write it soon. Factorial of count of xx and count of dot divided by factorial of count of xx multiply by count of dot, right? So count of dot. So this should work, right? And let's put one more bracket here so that it won't create any confusion. And here we can console dot log the solution, right? Not solution, answer obviously. Right. So I think we are almost done. Let's implement this fact function. So this fact function is going to be pretty simple. Let's implement it here. So I can call function fact. So we'll be getting some number here, and I'll say let factorial is equals to 1 for now, and for int I equals to 0, I less than now, and even it should start from 1, right? Because we wanted to multiply 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's fine. And what we can do here, we can say factorial is equals to factorial factorial multiply by the number, right? So this must give me a solution, and this should be equals to, and afterward doing it, we can return the factorial, right? Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Let's try to run this code. Let's see if it is working. So we are in Antonio and Spring. So let's run node solution.js. We have 6.75. We did something wrong here, I feel. Let's try to understand what we did wrong here. Should we console? Okay, let's console the things, right? Console.log. First of all, we have what we are getting. We are getting the point value, right? First of all, we should not get the point value, right? Because everything must be divisible. But first of all, let's try to find the count of double x and the dot, right? So let's check. So we are getting 1 and 2, which is fine. So fact of 1 plus 2 will going to be 3. Fact of 1 going to be 1, fact of 2 going to be 2. 6 divided by 2 going to be 3, but the answer is 6.77. 7 fives. What is the issue? So factorial is 1. Index is equals to 1. Index less than equals to num. Okay, sorry. I multiplied by num. I should multiply by I. Now I think it should work. Not I, index. Now this should work. Let's see. Yes, now it is working. Let's try with one another dot. Let's say we have one another dot. So the answer here should be 4. Let's see if it is fine. Yes, it is fine. Let's say we have one more x and one more dot. Again, the answer should not change much. So the answer here is going to be 5. Let's see. It is 5. So it is working good, right? Thanks a lot for listening. Just try it once, right? Try to see what we have done. So understanding the logic here is very important, that this xx is basically moving on the place of dot, and single x is not replaced by anything, right? And yeah, this is it for this class. Thanks a lot.